Hello, my name is Lori Lamonto. I'm a licensed professional counselor. I'm also a licensed drug and alcohol counselor. This channel is called Courage to Change. Today's topic is going to be about how important it is to have discipline in our lives. Now, we know when someone has trauma or maladaptive upbringing, there's a potential to be too rigid and too controlled and too strict with yourself and too disciplined because you feel so out of control sometimes at home that other things are very, very, very disciplined. So that would be a different topic. However, today I'm going to be more talking about those who might have lack of discipline because of some of their teachings and upbringings and some of the avoidance and some emotional dysregulation or cognitive distortions and different things. But we have to know that it's really important to have a disciplined life. Basically, that would mean that as you now take the courage to change and address some of, your traumas or your upbringing, or you just want to evolve and grow, okay? Discipline would mean you have to put boundaries up and parameters up. You have to know what you want and then have follow through. And follow through can be also hard if you're a procrastinator or if you've learned different behaviors. So this is about like knowing maybe when you're dating what your deal breakers are. So if somebody says to you, I'm not really ready to be in a relationship, that you don't stay hanging around, that you just say, well, no, I'm going to keep my word to myself. If someone's not ready for a relationship, then I'm not going to stay in this. Why stay in this? I need to be true to myself and true to my word. So then you have to maybe cut them off, and it would be a deal breaker because he clearly stated or she clearly stated, I'm not ready for a relationship. And that's one of your disciplines or boundaries. Discipline, requires boundaries. And then you also have to trust your own word. Like if you believe that you also want to eat better or eat healthier or go to the gym, you end up almost looking like you can't follow through. You can't keep your word, which now you're lying. You're lying to yourself and you're lying to those around you. You have no follow through. People don't trust you. So if you don't trust doing what you say you're going to do, then how are other people going to trust you? Because you don't keep your word. So it's really going to be important to trust the plans you make, even if it's something with career or college, like we said, dating as well. Okay, you have to believe in your boundaries. You have to believe in those parameters that you put around yourself. This is going to be something that I think is so necessary, okay, for you to have your integrity, to have your character. I mean, without boundaries and without discipline, how are you going to please yourself? How are you going to do that? Okay, how are you going to be a loyal partner? How are you going to be somebody who will keep their word and follow through with their loyalty? Okay, and then just say you're not a cheater and you are loyal. Okay, maybe you don't cheat, but maybe you're cheating yourself out of your own standard. Okay, and out of your own, desires. And for women, we live a lot by our emotions. So we sometimes, and it can be, a character trait that needs to really be regulated better. Sometimes men sometimes have emotions, obviously, as well, but they can be a little more logical. Women get and follow the emotions. They follow the dictates of their feelings. So all of a sudden they had a goal, but their feelings got in the way. And now they followed the dictate of their feelings and they put the boundary down. And now they never kept their word to themselves or to the people around them. Okay. So it's really important. I mean, it's just going to be something that I'm encouraging you to look at, to take that courage to say, I might need to change that. I'm a little too loose. I don't have a morning routine. I don't have a night routine. I don't keep my word to myself. I don't follow through. I procrastinate, or I say I'm going to do something and I don't do it. And then people challenge me because now it looks like, I'm either not motivated or I look like I'm not telling the truth. I'm lying. So it's going to be something I think that, if you are someone who's too strict, maybe you have to loosen up and that would be a different topic. But if you're someone who just has no discipline and no order, take this today as another kind of like tip. Okay, discipline is necessary as you're going through the courage to change your life. It's necessary to believe in yourself, to believe in those plans, to stick to it, to follow through, to cut people off if needed, to know your boundaries, to know your parameters, to know how to discipline. Okay, there'll be bumps in the road, but this is about trying to take the steps little by little of starting that discipline. I mean, for someone who's going to the gym, maybe it's just putting on your sneakers and driving to the gym and staying 5 minutes. But at least you kept your word to yourself. You put on your sneakers, which was the first step. You got in the car. Second step, went in the gym. Maybe only did 5 minutes on the treadmill, but you kept to your word and you disciplined yourself. So it's something that I think is important for your internal dialogue and to stay true to yourself. Okay, so take the courage to change, be encouraged. These are things that I know we struggle with when we've had trauma, but you can do it. And I hope you be a part of the community. Hit the like button, hit the share button, follow me, and leave an email if you want to ask any questions. And I will be back tomorrow. Have a good day.